Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Season 2, Episode 18 of the Make It Rain podcast. 2 games for your Ontario Reign this week. Let's break it down to you right here, right now, including someone that might just be the MVP. Roll it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Season 2, Episode 18 of the Make It Rain podcast. I'm adjusting my mic. I'm Joe O'Regan. That is Anthony Collazo from Mayor's Manor. It's a 2-game week for your Ontario Reign and a much-needed break for this team. We'll cover it all to you right now. Anthony, how are we?
Joe, I'm doing good. Hope all of you guys are doing well as well. Hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. Hope you guys enjoyed playoff Sunday as we now have a Super Bowl matchup in 2 weeks. One that I don't think a lot of people are very happy about. It's kind of crazy how we finally get the end of the Chiefs dynasty and then we go right back to where we were a decade ago where, we got Patriots, Seahawks, and, the teams who have never seen a Super Bowl or the fans who have never seen a Super Bowl still waiting because it seems like it feels like I'm 10 years old again.
Yep. I mean, but all 4 of these teams a decade ago were contending for the Super Bowl at some point. Or I mean, the Rams 5 years ago, but everyone else 10 years ago, they were all in there.
Yeah, exactly.
That was when the Broncos had the Manning days and all. Yep. Mm-hmm. And if you guessed out of the 2018 draft class that Sam Darnold would be the first to reach a Super Bowl, congratulations. You have won your prize. Go claim it at wherever. I don't care. All right. Yeah, I don't want to talk very much about football considering the jersey I was wearing last week. All I'm saying is, good job, Seattle. We beat ourselves. All right, let's get into the Zamboni cleaning. First things first, flashback to last episode when we said Andre Lee just won't get sent down, so we were over here scrambling and thinking of an all-star replacement. Well, in Ken Holland, in usual Ken Holland fashion, Andre Lee has been sent down to the Ontario Reign.
Yeah, I don't know if I was surprised, but it definitely makes sense. You don't, at some point in the season, Andre Lee is going to come back to Ontario when the entire Kings roster gets healthy. So for those wondering, well, why did he get sent back down? Well, when he plays 10 games in the AHL, and if they decide that they don't have enough room for him up there and he needs to come down to Ontario, he would have to clear waivers. And at this point in Lee's career with the season he's having in both the AHL and the NHL, because he was playing very well in the National, there's no way he clears waivers, and you do not want him to get picked up for free. So
pretty much
he's sent back down. I don't see him going back up anytime soon. I think they're going to manipulate Andre Lee. Mm-hmm. Taylor Ward, on the other hand, he's playing well. I don't think Taylor Ward will come back down. I think they like him up there. So I think Reign fans can kiss Ward goodbye. I think he's a king.
Yeah. Hey, I think it's much less of a kiss him goodbye. I think it's more of a good luck, brother.
Oh, yeah.
More so
he's been with the Reign for a while.
Yeah, he's been with the Reign for 5 years. Like, it's about time he graduated to the Kings, man, because this year he's been really, really good. And plus, based on how the Reign have been playing, they don't need Taylor Ward right now, man. They just don't need him. So, other things, Isaiah Seville has been recalled from the Greenville Swamp Rabbits with that Darcy Kemper injury happening this week, which means a potential Phoenix Copley call-up should be coming, you'd think?
I don't think so. I think that when Kemper got injured, I think they called up Seville just in case Copley was going to get called up, but right after the injury, the Kings went on a road trip, and Kemper is traveling with the team.
Okay.
So
day to day.
That's the kind of insider info. Well, not really. It's not really insider info. It's just kind of
out there.
Not really common sense. But Kemper is traveling with the team. I'm pretty sure. I haven't watched any Kings games recently, but I think he's on the bench where if they needed him, he would come in. But Seville was kind of just insurance in case Copley needed to go on that road trip and stuff.
Yeah. Last thing in the Zamboni cleaning is Martin Chromiak. Friday against Coachella Valley took a puck to the back of the calf almost, was it not?
Yeah, he took a
pretty nice shot.
It looked like the back of the leg. Paige Capistrano on the broadcast described it as those pockets, she said.
The Charlie horse.
Just sometimes there are areas in your body where there's no padding, and the back of your leg, like not even the calf, like above the calf, like that back of the leg weird spot, like behind the knee, looks like it hurt. He went down, came off hobbling, went straight into the Rain locker room, came back
Damn.
out for the second and third period, and we're gonna get more into this as we go on in the podcast,
Yep.
but was scratched in Saturday's game versus Colorado. So
And
we'll see what happens with him.
and believe me, we will have a lot to talk about on Saturday's game.
Yeah.
All right, that covers the Zamboni clean. Let's get on to the podcast. Shorter one this week. Probably beats the 56-minute podcast from last week. This episode of the Make It Rain podcast is brought to you by Gowdy Law, because we all know having a game plan is key when it comes to your family's future. Are you ready? Gowdy Law is here to help specialize in estate planning. Gowdy Law ensures your loved ones are protected from losing a ton of money in time to probate when you pass away. Just like on the ice, preparation matters. Don't wait till the last minute to make the right play. Visit GowdyLaw.com today to start playing for the future. Get estate planning pricing and a free consultation right on their website. It's that simple. The price is right on their website. Gowdy Law, make estate planning easy, understandable, and affordable. The link's in the description. You can visit our offices in downtown Upland. Rain Rapid recap. Friday, 4 days off. Oh, baby, here we go. After a full 4 days off, the Rain wrap up the road trip in Coachella Valley in the opening frame. For the first time in 41 days, the Godfather makes it 1-0 good, guys. Later on in the first, Edouard Chalet levels this game up on a nasty shot. But birds don't have arms. They can't shoot. What? Okay. All right. Maybe. Who knows? All right. In the middle, nothing. All right. In the final 20 minutes, the man with guts scores his 4th goal in 3 games, and the Ontario Reign have the lead. But with the net empty and 6 skaters on, the Firebirds tie it up with John Hayden with his team-leading 11th goal. And with that, we go to overtime. Fresh out the bed. Here we go. And before he could say his full name, Nikita Alexandrov says, "Let's go home with dinner." Firebirds on the plate, and the Reign go home with 2 points by the final of 3-2. Man, if you looked at this game purely off of AHL.com, you would think the Reign got outplayed to bloody hell, in which you would be about 65% correct.
Yeah, Andrew Lord talked about a post game after the Colorado game. He was asked by Paige, and same with Joe Hicketts, who I am referencing to.
Yes.
And Lord said that he doesn't know if it's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing, but their structured play kind of gets them through these games, and that's what we have down on our notes. It just seems like they're unstoppable with how they play. They're definitely a quality shot team rather than a quantity shot team, which is different from what we saw from last year. They were a quantity shot team where every game the Reign were putting up 30 shots every single game, and that is a lot. That would be a lot for this Ontario Reign squad.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, 34-17, like you said, outshot to bloody hell. You would think that they got outplayed to bloody hell, but that just wasn't really the case.
Not really. Not at all.
Yeah, man. I mean, 13-2 in the second period is bad, though. You cannot have that happen again.
Yeah. Well, not only that, and the Reign had a period where they had 9 unanswered shots at one point from Coachella Valley. That was also including a power play, in which, let's get to that real fast. For the first time, I think this season, the Ontario Reign get 0 power play chances. It might not be the first time, but I'm almost sure it is. That is Coachella Valley. That's impressive. I can't lie. Or you paid off the ref. We'll just put it in that way. So not only do the Reign just get absolutely manhandled in that middle frame, so that second period woes thing kind of resurfaces. Trust me, it was not a problem to worry about. Well, we already talked about this in the Zamboni cleaning. Martin Chromiak got hit in the back of the leg. Looked like the calf. It almost looks like adrenaline got him through this game, and Saturday, Martin Chromiak was scratched from the lineup, and we don't have any news on if he's going to be back or not.
Yeah, I asked Andrew Lord post game on an update on Chromiak. They said that all the tests came back good, which, by the way, that shocked me. I didn't think I thought personally that they were just giving him a game off, back to back. Coachella Valley to Ontario. Chromiak has played in most games this year, if every game. I'm not 100% sure. We could probably get that up right now, but um, he said that they ran tests, shocked me, and they all came back good, and he should be back soon. Now, obviously, he's protecting his player. He's not going to tell us when he'll be back. He told us for months, like probably 2 months, that Portillo was going to be back soon, and he wasn't coming back. So take that with a grain of salt. Hopefully he's okay. Like you said, he came back in the second and third period, then got
Mhm.
scratched in the following game. So we will see
Yeah.
what happens. But that was a gnarly shot he took, man. That looked like that hurt back of the leg in that pocket area. From
Mhm.
experience, when you get like cleated there, or when you get hit anywhere in the back of the leg, it's a sensitive area. Just you don't get hit there often. It's kind of a soft spot behind the knee. It hurts, man. So we'll see what happens. I think he'll be fine though.
I think he'll be fine. All that was Martin Chromiak's first missed game of the season. He was at 40 games with 15 goals, 17 assists, and 32 points. Man, he has turned the corner. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Other things. Jacob Doty, of course, is back and he's fighting his fourth fight of the year. This time he picks Firebirds enforcer himself, Ian McKinnon, and they put up potentially the fight of the year. That was awesome. Haymakers, all offense from both sides, it feels like.
Yeah, most of the fights that you see in the AHL, in the
Or a
NHL you
wrestling
have like
match.
you have your Ryan Reeves, your Matt Rempe, where you can
Your
kind of
Ross
see the fight
Johnsons.
happening. Exactly, you can kind of see the fight happening, and they drop the gloves and they square up. You don't really see that too much in the AHL. You see a lot of scrums that turn into fights, so it's kind of like a boom boom type of thing. This one was a fight where the camera has no idea, or even Cam had no idea that the fight was really happening until the camera kind of pans over and then they're squaring up the way that you see in the NHL. That was kind of cool. Um,
Yep.
and man, Doty landed some shots, man. He
Yeah.
landed some shots.
Yes, he sure did. You let's just put this straight. You know a fight's good when it gets on hockey fights on Instagram, specifically made for the NHL, and he put an AHL fight up there. That's all
Yeah,
I'm gonna say. And he puts a whole stat breakdown on it. Doty threw 19 punches and landed 10 of them. That's
yeah,
bad that I know that. And McKinnon threw 17 and landed 8. Jacob Doty had one or two punches. One punch where he just stuck one. Another punch where you literally could see McKinnon's head go like this. Just absolutely clocked him on that one. So yeah, that fight was cool. Oh yeah, and then of course in flow hockey, flow hockey and flow hockey fashion cuts the fight off at the perfect time. They cut it off at the wrong time. What are we doing here?
I would actually push back on that. I obviously the full fight, like you said, was on hockey fights. And full hockey, well, I don't know about you, but for me, it cut off towards like the end of the fight.
Yeah.
So I would rather, and at that point, nothing really happened, which thank God, because I was mad when it cut off. I was like, this is a good fight. What are we doing here? Which, to your point, flow hockey, like they got to get it together, man. I mean,
Yeah.
we're on year 2 of flow hockey, and I don't want to bash them too much. But man, AHO TV was just so much better, man. And flow hockey, a bigger company, a bigger brand, a bigger establishment,
And
and
a
the
worse
fights are getting cut
product.
off.
And a worse
Yeah,
product right now.
and it's not even really close.
Yeah.
They flow hockey, man, has been the worst thing to happen to the AHL. They're so bad. But yeah, like we didn't miss too much of the fight. I wouldn't say cut off at the worst time because they could have cut off when they were landing haymakers on each other, and that would have been really frustrating. But
Yeah.
yeah, you just can't cut it off, man. You can't cut off. You can't cut off at all. And the fact that it happens so often is really bad.
That is true. Unfortunate as it is. Hey, it's what it is. The Reign do get 2 points out of this game. And then that overtime goal, Cole Gutman and Nikita Alexandrov. By the way, completely shocked me that they threw Angus Booth out there in the 3-on-3. That is just not normal out of the Reign. Usually you expect a guy like Joe Hicketts to be in that spot. But Angus Booth got that nod, and then he starts that rush. Then it's Gutman and Alexandrov. Gutman enters the zone from the right circle. Saucer pass. Whoo! Alexandrov doesn't even bother to gather himself. Kind of just the cross body, throw it on net, and it goes in. And the Reign are happily skating out of Coachella Valley with 2 points.
Yeah, we'll talk about Gutman more in a little bit, but man,
God.
that pass to your point, saucer pass, and between the
Right on the
legs
tape, might
of
I add.
between the legs of what was his name? What was his name? What was his name? I have it.
Victor oh wait. No,
No.
no. Defenseman.
What was his name? What was his
Poop.
name?
I don't remember.
Tyson Jugnoff.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Between the
all-star,
legs,
by the
saucer
way.
pass. It was a pretty pass, probably prettier than most people will give it credit for. Nikita Alexandrov with a nice finish. Yeah, man, those two have been clicking recently, so we'll talk about them in a little bit.
Yes, we will. Tyson Jugnoff, AHL All-Star. Coachella Valley has multiple All-Stars. It's him and I don't remember the other one.
That's so stupid, though.
Yep, Coachella's got 2 All-Stars, and the should be 2 All-Stars for the Ontario Reign just absolutely threw that man in a blender. Sick. Game 2. The Reign, Cole Gutman scores 18 seconds in. It's 1-0 Reign. Bro, can I get my popcorn first? All right, let me finish what I was saying. 1-0, by the way. The Reign return home for the first place bout with the Colorado Eagles on First Responders Night. Okay, just remember it's 1-0 now. About 7 minutes later, this Reign team is gutty. Gutman, his second in 7 minutes, folks. We're on hat trick watch. It's 2-0. Oh boy. It's 2-0. In the middle frame, it feels so good to have DRE back in the lineup. Everyone's favorite all-star makes it 3-0, and okay, Daniil Gushin scores 3-1. And in the final frame, Atu Yamson, the rapper, the Finnish rapper, is jamming pucks into the net, literally, I'm not even gonna scream anymore, on the power play. And the Reign, voice crack, moving to first place by a final 4-1.
Finally, a game with no late game dramatics, no crazy
Yippee!
theatrics. The Reign wins this one 4-1. A very good game from the squad. I mean, where do you really start here? Because this is probably in the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, month. This is probably one of the more boring games they've had.
Yeah, it definitely has been one of the more boring games they've had, in which the Reign won, by the way. We definitely had more boring games where they
In a
lost.
good way.
Yeah.
In a good way. Yeah.
Absolutely. The Reign once again get outshot 29-22. Here's a fun fact that Paige Capistran brought up during the interviews on Saturday. I wanted to look into it a little bit more. The Reign averaged 22 shots a game. That is good for second fewest in the American Hockey League. The Ontario Reign averaged 3.34 goals per game. That is good for fourth most in the American Hockey League. When Andrew Lord makes the comment of quality over quantity, those stats is exactly what he is talking about.
Yeah, and you can go back to what game was it? It was the Colorado game last week on Wednesday, where the first shot of every period
Was the one that went in.
Yeah, so they're definitely a quality shot team rather than quantity shot team.
It's a change in pace.
Yeah, does this work in the playoffs? I guess we will cross that bridge when we come to it.
I guess so.
I'm not sure. They do rely on their goalies a lot at times, which I don't like. It doesn't work in the playoffs.
You never
But we'll
know.
see, man. It's definitely something that they will have to work on. I think Lord acknowledged that in the post game that it's definitely not a good thing that they have the second fewest shots and they get outshot every game. Joe Hickes calls it the rope-a-dope.
Yep.
And by the way, he was very happy about that post interview. He was very happy that he got to use that term on the interview for whatever reason. That guy's a nut. But
Hey,
yeah, man.
He might be a nut, but he is also our captain.
Yeah, that is true. So we'll see, man. We will see.
Yep. With that, the Ontario Reign moved to 27-12-2. We'll get to the standings later. All you need to know is this team, for the first time we're doing this podcast together, when we do the standings update, the Ontario Reign will be in first place. Yippee! So
Yeah.
you love to see it. I will be looking forward to that at right around the 34-minute marker. All right.
34-36.
34-36. Ooh, we're getting real specific. All right, so let's get into the line rushes because holy smokes, this line combo is just absolutely nutty. Rolling through the lines, Lee Godin Yamson. Atu Yamson is on the first line, folks. Okay, sure. Pinelli, Connors and Wright are borderline inseparable, if that's a word. And Pinelli slides to the second line. Cool. This is the line that caught my eye. Third line, Alexandrov, Logan Brown, and Cole Gutman.
That's a ridiculous third line, man.
It's a ridiculous third line, man. Hey, this line was also the starting line for the Reign this game. And Cole Gutman got the party going 18 seconds in on a great back check by the defense. Logan Brown enters the zone with a little bit of help. Nikita Alexandrov actually chips it ahead and he enters the zone. The patience on that man and feeds Cole Gutman backdoor. It's 1-0. That feed from Logan Brown is probably what the Tampa Bay Lightning were trying to get out of him when they drafted him. What was it? Number 10? Oh my gosh. Not even close to the Lightning, by the way. The Ottawa Senators. I thought Lightning because he played for the Syracuse Crunch last year. That's probably what the Ottawa Senators thought they were getting when they took him at number 11 in 2016.
Yeah, Logan Brown, I made this comparison in my head, and you're going to be the first one to hear it. He kind of reminds me, and again, he's a defenseman. Logan Brown is a centerman. I get it.
Uh-huh.
He reminds me a little bit of Joe Hicketts. And I say that because, hear me out.
I know, I'm listening.
In Joe Hicketts' first year, obviously fans didn't know who he was. He was injured to I believe start the season, or he might have played.
He was injured for almost the whole season.
Exactly, and then he came back, and then he was great. And everyone was like, "Who is this guy?" Joe Hicketts.
And then
Logan Brown is kind of the same way. Logan Brown's been good, man, and like he's kind of shocked me. I didn't think he was going to be anything special. He was injured, so he can't play. And having him back, having a little bit of a bigger defenseman or forward, 6'6", 227, with a little bit of skill. I mean, that patience from him to feed Gutman was beautiful. It was beautiful. Yeah. With the Syracuse Crunch last year, 29 points, 11 goals, 18 assists. From a guy that is 6'6", that's really good.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see how he plays out this season.
Yeah, you would definitely be excited to see how he plays out. If you remember, Logan Brown did play 2 games in the beginning of December or at the end of November. It was one of those 2 spots. Logan Brown got back into the lineup and he was awful. He was horrible.
Yeah, I remember.
I mean, and he just continued to cough up pucks. And then all of a sudden he disappears again for about 13 games or something down that line. And we have no clue where the guy is at. Logan Brown then returns to the lineup recently. He did it against Texas. And now we're starting to see what at least our perceived hype was of Logan Brown, which was this guy's a point per game player. He's 6'6". He can shoot the puck. He's got hockey smarts. And then you throw him next to 2 people that are probably the 2 best veteran skaters on the Reign. And then the magic just happens at that rate.
Yeah, and it's a testament to how much depth the
Reign have right now. Because good Lord, they have it.
We knew they had depth, but it's starting to show how much depth they really do have. Logan Brown kind of comes out of the woodworks. 2 assists in the last 2 games. He has been a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
Another guy who had a pretty good game, Jared Wright, man. He was sneakily good this game. I don't know if he had an assist.
He did not. He did not. But once again,
yeah, but
you know what he's doing.
Sometimes you don't get rewarded with good play. I thought this was one of his best games of the season being there in person. He was flying around you guys. He's creating good chances for not just himself, but for his teammates.
Certainly.
And there was one play that I tweeted it out. He was entering the zone. Forgot who the defenseman was. I couldn't catch his number. But he kind of enters the zone. He flips it over the defenseman's head going right. It hits off the board and it comes back. He goes around. He gets it back and he feeds. Was it Kenny Connors?
It
I don't
was
remember.
it was
Or was it
it was.
Pinelli?
Are we talking about second period here?
Yeah, I think so.
Kenny
It was Frankie
Connors
Pinelli.
and it rolled up his stick. Yes.
No, yeah, and that would have probably been the assist of the year. He was a very good play in transition. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Artemi Panarin. That's the kind of stuff that he does
That's
on the Rangers, which by the way might be a king soon. We'll see what happens
dude.
with that. Not a good deal. They definitely should not do that.
The rumors are flying all over the place, folks.
Yeah, man, but that's like the kind of stuff we see Panarin do, where he's passing it to himself off walls. He's beating defenders around the edge. And that's what Wright was doing in this game. He looked very good.
Yeah.
And that's a very good sign for things to come, because I think Wright has the most upside to his game
Oh,
out of
absolutely.
everyone on the Reign.
Oh yeah. This guy can end up on the first line. He's as fast. I mean, I don't know if we got stats to prove this, but I think he's about as fast as some of the fastest players in the NHL, as in like McDavid or McKinnon. But he's
that
lightning
fast.
quick.
He's that fast, while also being big.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah.
So I guess age is only going to prevent him at this rate, because now he's still growing into his game a little bit. He's still growing into that forechecking game, and the amount of growth we have seen since last season from Jared Wright is actually unreal right now.
Yeah.
We'll put it that way. I'm going to cover this now. I was not at the game. I did see this on Flow Hockey a couple of times while I was out at dinner. This isn't, you said it's the first time for you. It's not for me. There was a wave inside Toyota Arena. That's how much fun the fans were having tonight.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know how you knew this before anyone, but sold out crowd.
Yep.
And I didn't even mention this.
Shout out Jeff Pope. That's how I know.
Oh, got you. The 2 Gutman goals. I wasn't even in the building yet. I take pride in getting to the game at puck drop almost every single time. I get there as like, the anthem's finishing up, or I get there literally as they're dropping the puck most games.
Yeah. That backfired on you.
Yeah, this game, I mean, the line, if you know Toyota Arena, there's concourse, and you turn right or left on concourse, depending on if you get off on the 15 going down Milliken, or you get off Milliken off the 10.
Or Haven.
On concourse or Haven, on concourse though, going to not Haven side, Milliken side.
Yep.
It was all the way backed up past the target.
Oh my god.
That's a long way. So I turn right, and I look, and I'm like, all right, that's not good. It's gonna take me a while to get into the building. So I drive past it. I turn left on, I believe it's Inland Empire. Excuse me.
Yep. Pulls up Full Hockey on his phone, probably.
Exactly. And I'm watching on my phone. It takes me. I didn't get into the building until about 8 minutes in. After the first.
After both those goals. Oh, okay.
But yeah, the wave. Back to the wave. That was kind of cool. It started in. Where did it start? I think it started in 108. It was like a little bit. If you're looking at the game, it's right of you where you sit usually in 105.
Right of me?
Yeah. So
okay, so that's not 108.
No, 108 is behind the net.
108 would be to my left if I was in 105.
Got you. So it was probably then 102.
Did
maybe?
it start? Okay. First of all, far side or close side of the ice for you on media?
Far side.
Far side. So okay.
So you're right.
So
yeah.
Probably 101 or 102.
Yeah. So
okay.
It was
by the stage.
It was 102 then. Yeah, it was more by the stage.
101 or 102. So either of those sections, shout out to you.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, this was a game where I think this is the first time I've ever seen a first place team get really, really frustrated trying to play the Reign, man. I mean, I haven't really seen that often, but it's bad. And Reign season ticket holders, you can attest to this, or Reign diehards, when TJ Tynan is out here losing his mind to the referees.
Tynan was someone, if I remember one thing about Tynan, which there were a lot of things to remember, his speed. He was a league MVP.
Yep.
So, he definitely has a word when it comes to this kind of stuff. But Angus Booth, I believe, cross-checked. I forgot who it was in the second period towards the end. And you can see Tynan on the bench. He's holding his stick like this.
like this, just whack it probably.
He's holding his stick like this, and like he's bah 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 bah, but like he's just slamming it for a good 10 seconds. After the period ends, I see him go out there and he's talking to the ref for about 3 minutes. After everyone's already in the locker room, and Tynan is just talking to the referees. Now, third period comes around. He's on the ice first, and he gets a interference call, which kind of a soft interference call. It was definitely because he was talking to the referee, so he definitely got one. But
Did they score on that ensuing power play? No.
No, but and then towards the end of the game, he was getting mad again, and Joe Higgins is kind of giving him a little bit of a little bit of crap where TJ Tynan is talking to the ref, and then Joe Higgins kind of goes over there and he's like, "Yo, yo, dude, like get away, bro," But yeah, man, Tynan was not happy with the refs at all, and the entire Eagles bench towards the end of the third period, they were not very happy. Which I don't know, I didn't think it was a poorly officiated game,
or let's just say the Eagles started playing loser hockey, especially Ty Felber, who committed a misconduct with a minute and a half left.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I think it was Honey Newman. Instigating, fighting, misconduct.
Honey Newman's on the
That's
Firebirds.
What it says. Yes. Honey Newman?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's on the Firebirds.
Uh-huh.
He's playing this game. I think he's the one who got the misconducts. It's on what you call it, Game Center.
I was talking about the Colorado game. It's Ty Felber, and I'm looking at it.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong. Whoops,
He's
my bad.
looking at the Coachella Valley game.
Yeah, Ty Felber. Yeah.
Anyway,
Misconduct.
Yeah, I mean the Ontario Reign still played their game. They played a very good game at that, even though they got outshot. We've already brought that up. Early in the third period, Atsu Yamson took a hit along the boards and came up wincing at his hand. He was back on the ice about a shift or two later. You got to see how that plays out because, well, ain't gonna be the first time where we've seen adrenaline run the show. But this game was a very tightly contested one. The Ontario Reign's neutral zone breakouts, or just breakouts as a whole, won them this game. Pucks in deep, pucks towards the net. That's how Ontario Reign plays hockey right now. And that's the reason they are in first place. And with that, let's head in to the rain weather report. All right. So we've already covered, I'm taking the 100%. I don't care who we're on this week. I'm not giving it to a player. It's going to both Chris Height and Brad Schuler. I mean, just simply off of the fact that these past 2 weeks, special teams has won the Ontario Reign so many of these games.
Yeah. What was it for the special teams? Let's see. So they went 0 for 2 in game 1, 1 for 3. So 1 for 5 on the penalty kill, and then 0 for 2 on the power play, but they weren't able to get on the power play in the Firebird game. So yeah, I mean,
they had a power play goal. They went 1 for 3. They went 1 for 3 against Colorado.
1 for 3. Okay, no. And Colorado went 0 for 2, 0 for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Got you.
Yes.
Okay, so 4 for 4 on the penalty kill they had, and then they went 1 for 3 on the power play because they didn't get one in the Firebird game. But yeah, to your point, I mean, they have been good all year long. Their special teams have been, I mean, it hasn't really been great, but they've been around top 10 for pretty much the entire year up to this point.
Feels that way.
Hey, man, Chris Hyde, the associate coach, not the assistant, the associate, so he's pretty much right up there with Andrew Lord. He's been unbelievable for the Reign. Obviously, he's been around for a while. Same with Brad Schuler at this point, so they kind of know how the operations run here in Ontario. And the special teams department is kind of a cycle. You know, you can't just run the same thing over and over again because obviously there's film and teams will pick you apart. So you got to change things up, and they have done a great job this year with the personnel that they have, and they have been the reason that they have been winning games.
Yeah. For the people at home, the Ontario Reign about a month ago were what in the power play? 20th, 21st, maybe lower potentially. The Reign have now shot up to 9th in the American Hockey League on the power play at 20.5%, 31 for 151. puts them third in their division behind the Bakersfield Condors, who have multiple skilled skaters, one of them being Isaac Howard, who's in the NHL, and the San Jose Barracuda, who also have a bunch of skilled forwards. Now, switching focus here, let's get to the penalty kill. The Ontario Reign are 7th in the American Hockey League on the penalty kill. And they are 3rd in their division behind 0.1% behind the Colorado Eagles and behind the San Diego Gulls, who are 2nd in the league on the penalty kill.
Yeah, I mean, wow, the goals being up there is just pretty shocking, or still being up there still, because I think they were up there as well a couple weeks ago.
They were. They've been up there.
Yeah, I mean, hey, the rivalry is going to be renewed here this Saturday, right? So that should be
this Saturday.
That should be exciting. You know, they haven't really played them all season, it feels like, and
that's true.
It
they
looks
only
like
playing 4 times.
Yeah, and they're playing decently well. They're probably going to make the playoffs. So
yeah,
maybe they have some games on hand on the teams below them. But either way, yeah,
that's true.
The penalty kill has been unbelievable. I mean, I can't really say any more about Hyde and Schuler. They have, again, they've been the reason why they have been winning a lot of games. And we talk about how the Reign get outshot almost every game. And maybe part of the reason why they are winning is because these special teams, they don't let anything up, especially on the penalty kill. Because I think the power play, like you just said and brought up the stats, I think it's about middle of the pack. The penalty kill has been outstanding. So, with that being said, come playoff time, with that concern, with games getting tighter and there's not a lot of penalties.
Yeah.
And we saw that last year where the Reign couldn't get on the power play.
Yep.
And they struggled 5-on-5. They struggled. So maybe that's not going to be too much of a factor come playoff time. And maybe the Reign just are simply a really good team.
Yep. Simply is definitely a way to put it. When we said at episode 2 of the year, there were a bunch of question marks on this team. I think the question marks are starting to get completely scratched off, and it's a gem that's hiding underneath it.
Yeah.
Who do you have at 50%?
We'll go a combination of both Cole Gutman and Nikita Alexandrov. Those
Probably
two have been
makes sense.
Pretty much inseparable since Nikita Alexandrov was traded over from the Springfield Thunderbirds, the St. Louis Blues organization, for Akil Thomas, which, by the way, still hasn't played a game over there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Alexandrov and Gutman, they're playing on opposite sides of the ice, and they just connect. They connect. They look good. They look like they're in sync. Like you just mentioned about 5 minutes ago, the Reign breakouts have been really good lately, and a lot of that is because of Alexandrov and Gutman. We talk about how the Reign are pretty much good at everything. They're not really great at one thing, but they're really good at everything, which is part of the reason why they are so hard to play. You want to play a forechecking game, they can play a forechecking game. You want to play in transition, they can play in transition.
You want to play a neutral zone trap, they'll play it with you.
Exactly, but nobody plays a better transition game on the Reign than Alexandrov
those two guys
and Gutman.
Unless you want to throw Jared Wright in that convo, but these two definitely have more skill.
I think Jared Wright is okay in transition, but I think that line, especially when it was Lee Connors Wright, they can forecheck, and most of their goals come from someone getting in deep.
Yeah.
Gutman and Nikita can't do that, but they play really well in transition. And I'm pretty sure Gutman's 2 goals, they were both in transition. Brown kind of brings it into the zone.
They were both in transition.
He feeds Gutman. I think Gutman as a whole is just a really good AHL player. Does it translate to the national? Probably not. But yeah, man. And again, that's why the Reign is so good. They have so many different lines, can do so many different things, and some lines are even good at both. Transition, forecheck, kind of the main 2 ways to score in a hockey game. And yeah, man, Gutman and Alexandrov have been unbelievable.
Yep, they both have been unbelievable in their own ways. Cole Gutman has 6 goals in his last 4 games, folks. If that was a full week, that is definitely player of the week material, in which he didn't get it last week, but I'm not going to go yapping about that. Nikita Alexandrov's been a point per game player with the Reign. He's got back-to-back multi-point games this week. And those 2 guys are kind of making that forward core just go. Like when the Reign got rid of Akil Thomas for Nikita Alexandrov, our first question immediately was, how is this going to shape up for the Reign? Because Nikita Alexandrov was going to turn into a Reign player. We already kind of knew that. I mean, he's a playmaker that the Reign needed, and my gosh, are they using him right now?
Yeah, Alexandrov has 37 points in 40 games for both the Thunderbirds and the Reign. With the Reign, he has 7 goals, 16 assists, 23 points in 22 games. So he's pretty much as advertised from last
Yeah.
season with the Thunderbirds. He's pretty much a point per game player.
I mean, it's a great problem to have. This is a newer TJ Tynan, if we call it that, for the offense, especially on the power play.
Yeah, you can call it that. I think he's definitely a little bit better at scoring goals. I think he's definitely more of a scorer than Tynan.
Certainly.
But yeah, Alexandrov has been as advertised coming over from the Springfield Thunderbirds. I see a lot of people on X calling for his call up, which is an interesting take.
Yeah, there's definitely other people that should be, but hey.
I mean, you had that take even a couple weeks ago though. So I mean, it's definitely valid. He's been good. Maybe with the Kings, he can thrive in this environment more rather than St. Louis. But
yep. Also,
yeah, and then
all people need is a change of scenery at times.
then I had a point that I wanted to make, and it completely lost my head. So I think we're fine.
Okay, we're going to 0%, and getting the 0% is Flow Hockey for just continuously running into technical difficulties. I get it. The fight, nothing really happened, but again, it happens. Texas Stars game on Sunday, game cuts off right after the Stars score their empty net goal. Like, dog. I mean, Flow Hockey is millions of dollars, $1 million company plus 7 or 8 figures. And you're telling me that you can't get the production to run something smoothly compared to HLTV, which was worth way less than you? I mean, seriously now?
Yeah, Flow Hockey definitely isn't the best. And even outside of like the broadcasting stuff, the last time Flow Hockey did an AHL power ranking was they've had two. So like if you're gonna do power rankings, you gotta do it like consistently.
Yeah.
They've only done it twice. They did it like at the end of October and then the beginning of December, and they haven't done
All
one
right,
since.
well, your seasonal power rankings coming soon to you then.
Yeah, but I think on the official AHL power rankings, how about this? And this was the point I was gonna make because you're talking about Gutman not getting Player of the Week.
Yanni Newman got it for 6 goals and an assist. I remember that.
Well, there you go. But the AHL, I saw it somewhere. Might have been the AHL. Might have been. I don't know where it was, but they had the Reign at third, and number 3 in the power rankings. It was like the
behind Providence and Grand Rapids, probably.
Yeah. And then it was Ontario. So hey, third best team behind probably the best team we've seen in AHL history, and Providence.
Yeah.
Has been a really good team.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good for Ontario. And then they won 2 more games, so maybe they jump Providence pretty soon here.
Maybe, man. I
Where's
mean,
Providence at? Oh, 61 points. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're not gonna jump them, but man, they're playing a really good game. Yeah. They are 30-8 and 30-8-1, and the Reign are 27-12-1-1. So take that for what it is. There's your Reign weather report. We are about 8 minutes behind what we thought we were gonna get to on standings. But first, next week, today, Monday, the Laval Rocket take on the Calgary Wranglers. Wednesday, the Colorado Eagles will head to Acrisure Arena. The Ontario Reign are at home against the Abbotsford Canucks. The first time they'll see them since October. Abbotsford has been red hot as of lately as well. We'll get to the standings in a moment. Tucson and San Diego, Bakersfield in Henderson. Friday, no games Thursday. Wow. Colorado in Tucson. Abbotsford is at home, or not at home, is quote unquote at home for me against Bakersfield. Calgary is in San Jose, and San Diego, the other SoCal series, San Diego's in Coachella Valley. Saturday, January 31st. Happy birthday to Jackie Robinson and Nolan Ryan. Here we go. Henderson Silver Knights are in Cedar Park taking on the Texas Stars. The Ontario Reign have a SoCal series matchup at Pechanga Arena against the San Diego Gulls. Suck. 6 p.m. puck drop. Watch down Flow Hockey. Calgary's at San Jose. Colorado is in Tucson. Abbotsford has another game in Bakersfield. Then Sunday, the Lone Pacific Division game. Ontario will be on a back-to-back against a fresh Coachella Valley team at 3 p.m. Black History game. Be there or be square at Toyota Arena. Rolling into the standings. Yippee! The Rain are in first place at 56 points at 27-12-2. Man, it's great to see that. Colorado Eagles 25-10-4 at 54 points are in second place. Bakersfield Condors at 50 points are 22-12-6 in third. Fourth place, 49 points and one less overtime loss. The Coachella Valley Firebirds at 22-12-5. San Jose Barracuda 22-13-3, 47 points. San Diego Gulls in sixth at 18-4 and 8 and 44 points. And rounding it out at the bottom is the Tucson Roadrunners at 18-14 and 7. With the teams right now missing the playoffs are the Henderson Silver Knights at 17-14 and 6. The Calgary Wranglers at 15-16 and 10. 10 overtime losses is actually ridiculous. And the Abbotsford Canucks are now creeping up to Calgary at 15-22 and 6 and 36 points. So you've got all sorts of battles. You've got the top three or top four. I'll throw Coachella Valley in there. Actually, no, not really. Right now, top two in Ontario and Colorado. Then you've got Bakersfield through San Jose separated by 3 points. Then you've got San Diego and to Calgary separated by 4 points. And then Abbotsford's bringing up the rear. So you got a nice little going right now in the Pacific Division.
Yeah, to kind of like going back to the schedule, you said the other SoCal series, and this is why I hate when some people, like, I love people who work for the Rain, right? Great people.
How are the Rain Firebirds not called the I-10 series at this rate?
That's the I-10 series. The Goals is the 15 Freeway series, but Changa Arena is right off the 15. It's literally right off of it. So I-10 for the Firebirds, 15 Freeway. Like, it's got to be those two. The I-10 series, 15 Freeway series. That's what it is. It can't be like I-10, I-15 because that's too, like, confusing. You can get that, like, switch. 15 Freeway series, I-10 series. Firebirds is the I-10, Goals is the 15 Freeway. If we start using that, that would be a lot more catchy, I think.
It would be.
Not SoCal series and then the other SoCal series. You know
SoCal series brought to you by Dig Alert.
It's stupid. And then real quick, as far as the standings go, I totally agree with you. I think the Rain and the Eagles are in their kind of tier of their own. I think they're going to battle for first place all season long. They're going to go back and forth. And then after that, Baco, Coachella Valley, San Jose. I think those three teams are in kind of like an echelon of their own, barring a crazy collapse by one of them.
Yeah.
And then San Diego, Tucson, Henderson, Calgary are gonna, and then Abbotsford is kind of there too. So
yeah,
I think they're starting to get there. Tiers of teams.
Yeah, they've won 3 straight, so good for them.
Yeah,
there you go. That is all for this episode. This episode went way too long compared to what we thought we were going to do. Thank you very much for watching Season 2, Episode 18 of the Make It Rain Podcast. You know the drill from here on out. You can subscribe down below. Follow us on Spotify. Also, Make It Rain Podcast. Follow us on all social media, Instagram, X, Facebook, at Make It Rain Pod. I think I got everything. Have a great week. We will see you next Monday. Enjoy the games. Peace.